What's up, YouTube? Griever here, and I have a mod overview for you. I know normally when I do a mod guide, I do try and actually show you start to finish of what I've done. In this case, I do apologize for it, but I'm just going to show you the completed mod. If you would like a guide to see how I did this, please go to nerfhaven.com. I will put a link in the description below to the post that has my instructions of how I did this mod. And this mod is being, as you've read in the title, my Nightfinder Manta. I'm sorry, my Fire Strike Manta. I keep wanting to say Night Manta because that was the original mod that I kind of did an homage to. So if I do say that, please disregard it. It is in reference to my Fire Strike Manta. Anywho, going over what I did to this. Performance-wise, I've done absolutely nothing. These are completely stock Fire Strikes. They have their air restrictors. They have their original springs. Main reason I didn't do any performance mods to these is I just wanted to try and get the build down. It took a little bit of trying to figure out the best methodology, and I think I came up with one, and it's actually even a fairly cheap mod despite the materials used. Now, I did use an entire tube of epoxy putty. However, epoxy putty, depending on the brand you get, is usually $5 or less. Like, the one I used was the JB Weld for plastic. I got that at Home Depot for, I think it was like $4 and change or $3 and change. The other materials I used were a grip tape, which I'm going to explain later, and that came in a 3-pack from like Dick's Sporting Goods for like, I think, $5. And this metal rod or heavy gauge wire hanger, which actually used to be a pants hanger that my wife would use, but it was getting old, so instead of tossing it, she let me sacrifice it to the Nerf gods to do this project. Now, the overview of what was actually done is with my Dremel and a plastic cutting wheel. I would actually probably recommend, if you have a bandsaw, you could probably use this. If you don't have a bandsaw, please, dear God, do not go out and buy one for this. Just use whatever you can. A hacksaw, a Dremel, whatever. I used the Dremel because I wanted the cuts to be quick. A hacksaw might work better just for a cleaner cut. It'll just take a little longer depending on how fast you can saw. Anywho, I cut the handles down to a straight line rather than the angles that it already had in there. One, to shorten the handle so it can actually fit my hand, because both handles just mushed together was too big, even for these. Once I did that, you gut everything. You put the epoxy putty and the wire hanger cut down to fit in there. Let it all set up. Close it up. Put everything together. And you get this. Now, the reason for the grip tape is this. It's two things. One, it is kind of cosmetic. Two, it actually is functional. Cosmetic reason for this is because I wanted to cover up the enormous gap that you could see where all the epoxy is in there and all that stuff. Also, it covers up the back part where you kind of would have had the handle, or not the handle, this part for the battery tray. Using this one, I pretty much went from the battery tray and I cut down straight like this. So it's cosmetically covering up the seam. Two, like I said, it's functional because it is actually it makes it much more comfortable. You're not grabbing plastic and epoxy. You're grabbing this nice, like, kind of faux, leathery, grippy tapeness. Now, I know I did get some concerns and complaints on Nerf Modders Welcome on Facebook, and I think someone did also mention it on the Nerf Haven post of there's nothing in here as a structural stabilizer. Reason I didn't do anything there was because I wanted to preserve the dart holsters on the front here. These are still totally functional, and I wanted to make sure I didn't damage them in any way, shape, or form. which is why I was so keen on trying to reinforce the handle to be as strong as possible. And for those who are worried about it, now, yes, this has been curing for the epoxy's been in there 3 weeks, but we all know that after so long, it's not going to get any drier, it's not going to get any harder. So, it's stable. Now, if you just take it like this and either pull or break, yes, it is going to crack. It's epoxy putty and plastic. It's not fucking titanium. But if you're worried about having, priming like this, oh yeah, it's going to be strong because it's mainly like how you'd hold it, but oh, what about this side? It's going to pull. Totally fine. Totally fine. I did get a couple of suggestions in regards to this that when held like this, it looks almost like a Halo plasma pistol. And that actually gave me an idea, so if I ever revisit this, you know what to look for in the paint job section. But I'll give you a quick firing demonstration. Now, another suggestion I had also gotten was making it a simultaneous prime. You can do that. The only thing is, though, you'd have to... Now, mind you, when you're holding it, the priming handles are pretty much going right through your hand, so you can't do a straight rod. Otherwise, you're going to be holding it like this, and that's just going to be extremely awkward. Or you're holding it like this, and that just looks fucking stupid. You probably could put like an arch piece or a heavy lanyard or something like that, and just, hold it like this and pull to prime both of them at the same time. Again, this is how I decided to do it. Any improvements you want to make, totally fine. Go for it. But this is how I did the build. And if you want to follow it, cool. If you want to do your own thing, cool. If you want to completely change how I did this and make your own, totally cool. This is, again, just how I decided to do it. And also, the triggers are still separated, so you can fire one off and keep another one loaded just in case. So... I have a regular Nerf Elite dart and a Nerf suction cup dart. So that wasn't any fault of this. I think I just didn't install the the catch properly. So here's it firing. And I gotta say, overall, I'm very happy with this. It came out very good. And I also want to say thank you to Papatachi and my homeboy Miguel for helping me troubleshoot some ideas and letting me bounce ideas off of them. I really appreciate it, and thank you for, giving me a hand with this one. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Leave comments down below of what you kind of enjoyed about the video. If you have any suggestions about me wanting to change things. I know I say a lot in my videos. I will ignore those comments. But outside of that, again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Later.